Hey everyone, I'm joined today with Kraut. We haven't talked in a long time. It's been 7 years. How you doing?
Yeah, I don't even remember you, to be honest.
No, that's
I
okay.
don't even remember you. I don't even remember. I'm so sorry for that. That's such an awful fucking thing to say. But I genuinely don't remember who you are. When you DM'd me and I saw that, oh shit, we have DMs back in 2017, I was like, what the? Where's that from?
Yeah. I
Ah,
think the last time we talked was we were both anti-alt-right YouTubers back then, so we were both working together, I guess, to try and
that
make
was a new
videos.
thing.
Yeah.
That was a new thing then. You were part of that little group with me.
Yeah, well, I wasn't like an active like inner circle person or anything, but yeah, I was there.
That thing crashed and burned.
Well, we can talk about that too if you want.
Yeah.
So,
We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll just go ahead.
well, how have you been doing?
I've been doing good. Last year was pretty shit for me, but it's more offline reasons, personal stuff that I don't want to get into. But yeah, been doing good.
That's good. That's good. I just as I told you before, I'm a little bit sunburned, if you can tell,
Mm.
and I went camping and kayaking, which was really fun. So for my friend's bachelor party,
Oh, yeah. I could see that spot on your nose. It does
S-
look kind funny.
it does look pretty silly. Yeah, you should have seen me a couple days ago. Oh my God, it was a disaster. So you were involved with GamerGate, albeit not super involved. And I reached out to you a while ago, see if you wanted to talk. I got your email. It was in my spam folder, so I didn't see it forever. And then I
Yours was
eventually
in mine
replied to you.
too. Yours was in mine too. Funny enough.
We're both spammers,
Ugh,
so it makes sense.
yeah, my email is a hellscape because I made an anti-Trump video 4 years ago now. I think almost 5 years ago. And what happened as a result is that Trump has basically signed me up for like Trump newsletters. And they're like a fucking Hydra. You block one of them and two more start sending you emails. My inbox is like 50, 60 emails a day for various different Trump grifts. It's fucking absurd.
That does sound crazy. I would hate that.
Yeah, I can barely use my email anymore as a result.
Well, so Kraut, do you want to talk about what you got involved with game? Well, do you want to start with like when did you first get online, talking about politics, talking about gaming, talking about stuff online?
I started after. I wasn't really in gaming per se. I made only one gaming related video. I think I took that down ages ago. But when Gamergate came around, right, I was very active in the atheist community. But more as a viewer, a commenter, a tweeter, sharing videos when Twitter was still very small and stuff like that. And I don't know, were you involved in that community back in that day?
The atheist community? Not really. I mean, I was an atheist, and I'm still like an agnostic atheist, I guess, but I wasn't like actively participating. I mean, I watched like Chris Hitchens' videos, but his speeches and
Yeah,
debates.
there was this thing that must have started at around 2010, I think. I don't know, maybe I have the timeline screwed up, where like Atheism Plus turned up, and there were these. It was basically initially a community of YouTubers who talked about why they don't believe that there's a God and stuff like that. And then people started coming in and saying, "Oh no, being an atheist should also be about being a feminist, being super progressive in your politics, etc., etc." And that caused a shift in the community where it sort of split up. I used to be a really big Thunderfoot fan back in the day, and he was the one who sort of he was one of the leading figures in that split of that community. And I came in touch with Gamergate through Thunderfoot. Thunderfoot, I think, tweeting about it and going on some streams about it back in the day. Gosh, that's more than 10 years ago.
Atheism Plus. A couple people I've interviewed have mentioned this as well. They view this as sort of a similar moment where some people tried to like close the Overton window against those who didn't have like the proper politics. What's your take on the Atheism Plus situation?
I don't think that matters anymore, to be honest. Like in retrospect, it seems really silly, really stupid what these people were arguing over. At least that's from my perspective. That is generally speaking, the opinion that have of most of this. To be honest, it's sort of, man, I should have stepped away from all of this years ago and do something else. Um, I think the well, like it's funny also that like the people who were like the big feminist figures in Atheism Plus, they were all guys, and one of them turned out to be a sex offender. or at least a sexual harasser or something. Um, Man, yeah. I don't know. I don't really know. Wait, I'm gonna turn off my AC because it kind of
I can hear it a little bit
distracts.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm turning it off. It distracts me a little bit. Yeah. I really felt back in the day that I was part of something that was sort of important, I guess. And I guess that is the thing that holds most of these communities together online, is that they genuinely feel like they're part of something. But there is a genuine disconnect between the politics of the internet and the politics in real life. It's certainly something that I have come to believe.
I think we're going to probably explore that a lot later on. So you saw GamerGate. You discovered this through Thunderfoot. Did you see his videos or?
Oh yeah, I was a big Thunderfoot fan back in the day, and I came into GamerGate through him, and it's through him that I discovered Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad was the main person for who I was watching what was unfolding in GamerGate. I started watching him a lot, retweeting his stuff, etc., etc. And then 2015, I decided to make videos myself
Did you make any?
eventually, but that was long after GamerGate was
So you didn't make any GamerGate specific videos. You just tweeted about it.
you breaking.
Oh, so you didn't make any GamerGate
I
specific
just tweeted
videos?
about it back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I just tweeted about it in on the hashtag on an account that has long since been deleted.
What kind of
Um,
what kind of
I
tweets were you
felt like,
making?
well, in support of GamerGate back in the day. Yeah, like in genuine, in general, like I felt back then that there was this sort of push where sort of I consider myself a liberal, and I was a little more left leaning back then than I was today, and I guess me and a lot of people back then had this sense, at least the people who took part in Gamergate and all that, had the sense that there was this sort of far left extremism, I guess. At least for those of us who came out of the atheism community, right? We had the sense that there was a far left extremist push that was alienating a lot of people, and that kind of came to us as a means to do a pushback, in a way.
So for you, was GamerGate more about the culture war than about ethics?
Yeah, definitely. 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 I don't even. Like, I have to be very frank with you. I scarcely remember what the original scandal was all about. I really only jumped onto it because of the cultural aspect. Because I thought there was a necessity. Because I didn't like the people who were sort of, going into people's spaces and going like tone policing people, etc., etc. Saying, "Oh, you can't make these jokes; these are offensive." Da 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 da. That was happened mainly in the atheist community. So I jumped on that back then. But honestly, in retrospect, I feel really silly for participating in any of this.
So what's
Because, yeah,
good?
sorry. No, I have a strong disdain of cultural politics in general now at this point. I feel really dumb for participating in any of this. I should have just, walked away.
Well, I do want to ask you about the culture war, and I also have like a general disdain, I think, for it as well. Though, well, I think we both probably have like more nuanced thoughts than just that we can explore if you want. But
Sure.
what sort of things were you seeing at the time that made you think like, okay, look, there's something really bad happening here. People got to stand up. They got to speak up. They got to say something.
There was an attempt to cancel Thunderfoot back in 2010 or 2011, which really rattled a lot of people in his community in particular. Because it was such a stupid fucking thing. I don't even remember who it was. It was one of the small progressive YouTubers who raged at him that he should hand over his account to an African American with a science degree because that is the progressive way of doing things or something like that. And there were people who were just expressing like the most insane sort of beliefs about, DEI and stuff like that. Yeah, that was back then. It's weird how things have changed since then. Jesus Christ, man. Now that I'm talking to you, it's really weird because I don't really think about these times that often.
Thank you for watching another GamerGate book video segment. For 30 days, starting on December 9th, I'm running a Kickstarter campaign for this project, so please back the campaign for the people of GamerGate on Kickstarter or at gamergatebook.com. This project investigating and documenting the history of GamerGate from a variety of perspectives requires your support, and I appreciate it. Thank you.